Well, hello, everybody. Dr. Hank, and we have Karen. This is part two with Karen Albert, and she's really telling us the importance of social media. And so we're actually up on her. We're looking at her screen right now, and so this gets into the nitty ditties. So we did the first part to give you the overall. The second part is going to be really about, hey, how do you make changes? So Karen, if you take it from there and tell us what we're looking at and where it was and what you did with it and any other things that you'd like.
Yeah, thank you so much. So we were kind of talking about the importance of understanding your market, right? And so then taking that message that you know is going to resonate and attract that particular market and taking that onto the social media platforms where we know that market actually lives and exists. And so, thanks for giving the opportunity to show your Facebook page that you went through my 30-day facelift program.
Right.
And, I think one of the things that we kind of initially uncovered as a result of your facelift was looking at because the thing of it is too is that we get so close to it, right? We're a little too close to it to kind of see the big picture.
Right.
And when it comes to social media, big picture is not only understanding who the target market is and how, your unique differentiator and who you want to service, and then creating these great social media platforms that represent that brand and speak to that particular market. But then you also want to think about is the content and the graphics and the information in these social media platforms engaging enough to lead that community to a particular website or a particular landing page. You want to make sure that you've always got the consistent message and that your call to actions, which you want to have call to actions all over the place on your social media, and call to actions.
I had none.
And you had none, right? It's all good. So call to actions are like click here to, download something, or pick up the phone to call, or share, like, comment. So we always want to be driving the kind of giving instructions to our community, because it's not that the community doesn't want to do those things. It's just we have so much going on that the community is going to be more responsive to actually seeing instruction.
It's back to ask and you shall receive. So we need to ask. And like with me, nobody, would know if you would go up on mine. You wouldn't know that I was an author, and that, I'm a coach. I'm an inspirational. I provide inspiration, uplifting to people. And so you actually picked out those 4 areas to do. And, the books, different books that I have, and then Age of Wealth Success. So they understood that. You added the call now in. And so, so it's, hey, call me right now. And then, and I'm available, and I love that, and I love talking to people on that. And so that's a great one. And if we can you give us a real estate agent, and then I want to get into a little bit of hashtags and everything, but can you give us an example of a real estate agent that you helped? Sharice Brown, okay.
So this is Sharice, and she is in the Dallas area, and she went through my 30-day program, and she was new. She didn't really have much of following or an experience, but she's in Dallas, and so what I did is I created the social media platforms for her, because part of the 30-day program will either allow me to either optimize existing pages or create them from new, and so we created this custom header video, which is what I do for the clients as well. Wow. Your video is yet to come out. It's still being made, Doctor. Right. And so this is really giving clarity on the geographical area that she specializes in. And having a video as a header, it's much more than the one-dimensional image. It gives an opportunity to really communicate more of a story. And really for Sharice, she's really attracting those that are interested in the Dallas community. Now, Sharice's niche market is that she's a high-end luxury. She's actually the wife of a retired NFL football player, Tim Brown, who used to play for the Oakland Raiders. And so we're really capitalizing on that being her community. And so a lot of, Dallas Cowboys, right, that are coming in, maybe they're being recruited into the Dallas. So she's really branded herself quite effectively now. And what she also does is she uses, right? So she's actually utilizing the brand of her husband, which there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
I was able to get her over 20,000 followers.
Oh my gosh.
Part of it, you know, is my efforts of what I do for you in the facelift, but then also of it just organically. And so she does a good combination, as you can see in her postings here, of her life, which is always lifestyle, high end. She's gorgeous as well. She's got a video with her and her husband. And then we also will do some custom videos I'll show you of open houses, get her to do more, you know, Facebook lives and such. And, but also if she's got an open house, to really kind of use the video functionality that you have in Facebook, where you can take pictures and you can actually turn those into an actual video.
Wow.
So, and there's nice music going on behind this as well. And you know, the pictures are already done. If you have a listing, snatch them off of Zillow, just right click and save image and upload about 10 into here. And you can make a really nice video. And then you just kind of use the content section down here to kind of just show all of the wonderful features that you have about it. Directions on how they can get there. This is right click here. That's your call to action as well. She's also got call me for a private showing. We use emojis. Emojis are big, hashtags, all of that kind of stuff. So you really, again, when we are going back to the first interview, where you want to make sure that you are effectively representing and marketing your customer's product, because that's what they're going to look at. They're going to look at, are you basically going to represent me and my home the way that I want to? And so it's been really great for Cherise. She definitely has gained quite a lot of business, and she knows her niche markets, which she specializes in also.
Wow. That is just awesome. Can you tell us a little about, I know that when you were, I never use the word work, so when you were playing with me, that hashtags, you use. And so can you help us on where to put the hashtags, and but not on me, that I want it back to Cherise, that you know, for a real estate agent, that what type of hashtags, like, would she be using? Where does she put it in there? Because I know on some of mine, you have, like on my messages now, I have a bunch of hashtags like at the top. I think that, but that, and explain hashtags too for us. Let's start out with explain why hashtags are. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, so hashtags are important. They are, and they have become really critical in terms of part of your content and communication strategy, really now in all social media platforms. It sort of started out where it was just a Twitter thing, and then Facebook kind of picked it up, and now Instagram is all about the hashtags. And then LinkedIn, just within the past year, actually now has incorporated a whole separate piece of functionality where you can really utilize hashtags to attract your community, and then also follow other LinkedIn users and content as well.
And so how does that work? And so, because when I do a search, do I do like pound real estate, or do I do, you know, hashtag real estate, or do I do just real estate? And because I have the hash price, is it a search tool? Is that what we're using it for?
Yeah, so when it comes to Facebook, for example, hashtags are really beneficial because they will give you increased ranking in search engine results. So hashtag real estate, hashtag Dallas, hashtag home, hashtag open house, the neighborhoods that you are in, you want to use those as hashtags as well. And the reason why is that if anybody is in, let's just say Facebook, for example, and they search for the word open house, Facebook's algorithm and search engine will go and look for any person, any page, any post that contains the word open house. However, if you have hashtag open house, that takes precedence in the search engine results than a post that didn't have the hashtag. So hashtags actually will get you at higher ranking in search engine results when you are using them. The other benefit is that if you also use a hashtag that is directly related to you and your business. So hashtag Sharice Brown Realtor, hashtag Dr. Hank, right?
Okay.
Because the benefit of that is that now starts to catalog all of the posts that you've used that hashtag in. So if someone wants to really just say, I just want to see everything that Sharice Brown is doing, and they click on that hashtag Sharice Brown Realtor, all the posts that she has ever made that use that hashtag will show up in the results. So it's a great way to kind of filter results for those that are searching, and catalogs your content.
So if I'm searching, do I do hashtag Sharice Brown Realtor, or I just do Sharice Brown and Realtor, and if that matches that hashtag, it'll show everything on her.
Exactly.
On that. And so you want to have hashtags on there, and again, Realtor, your city, the different markets that you have, yourself. And so here is like the answer. And I notice you're doing it also even on like my personal posts or whatever, where you'll put pound realtor for a hashtag, you know, I call it pound, I guess. Terminology, excuse me for that. That it's all good. It's all fun. But hashtag, a hashtag realtor on even my personal Facebook, because if they look for a realtor, that they would actually go to me. Is that correct on how you're supposed to start using hashtags with these keywords all the time?
Yeah, so the other thing to your point is that so there's these algorithms, right, that are running behind the scenes of every social media platform, and every social media platform, the algorithm is different. So it's just it's code, it's a formula, and it's just running behind the scenes, and the algorithm is actually responsible for controlling the amount of information that's actually displayed to those that are looking at your content. So if you're using hashtag realtor, the algorithm is going to say, oh, okay, now I know where to position this page if someone starts searching for realtor. Yeah. So it's also helping you not only for those that are looking at you, like the users, it's also helping the algorithm understand where to position you so that you will show up in search engine results.
That's fantastic. That's perfect. Can you just talk on, this gave us, folks, just so you understand, you just got the magic key on how to beat the algorithms, if you will, and how to increase your rankings, how to, you know, get more business. Like we said, tenfold. This will tenfold your business when you really get this right. And so 2 more things can you just share with us a little background on Instagram, and then how to do, or anything that you want to help us with Instagram.
Yeah, so Instagram is all about the hashtags. And so Instagram is owned by Facebook. So you don't want to discount being on this tool at all. In fact, we were chatting earlier about Facebook actually just did a study came out where they discovered that 60% of the individuals are going on Instagram looking for businesses. So that's a huge shift in what the Instagram community was doing when it first came out. It first came out really as really a brilliant concept, because they knew that 80 to 90% of the individuals that are searching social media are actually doing it from their mobile device. So 90% of the functionality in Instagram is only available through the mobile device. So it was kind of brilliant that they wrote that functionality. Another big difference in the functionality in Instagram, unlike all the other social platforms, is that you cannot drive traffic to an external site from your Instagram posts. You get one link, and that's on your bio or your profile.
Could you go to my Instagram
Absolutely.
right now? And let's take a look at that just to kind of understand a little. So what we learned there is Instagram is mainly for cell phone. In fact, most of the functions you can't even use on a computer. It's cell phone, because most people are on the cell phone. So that's why this is so big. And Facebook is going to kick you off when you do something on Instagram. In fact, I believe they share the information, whereas see if you try to put like a YouTube on Facebook, they'll kill it. They kill it right away. That it automatically recognizes it's a competitor and they'll kill it. So yeah, so if you can just, yeah. So yeah, but what you did too with my description, look at that Instagram that you have all this stuff in it, and this is just how it looks now. You know, I would have never done that, but look at that. Helping 100%. Hashtag real estate, agents and brokers, increase business wealth, click for more, agentwealthsuccess.com. I mean, I would have never in a million years figured out how to put that in there. I would have just said, hi, I'm Dr. Hank. I help real estate agents and brokers. And, you know, it's none of that stuff. This is a totally different message. And the other thing, so there's two things that really helped me here on you've helped me in so many different ways, but one is like with Instagram and how they do it, but also just overall, like for example, the Sharice Brown, those pictures that everybody saw there, that what this is you don't talk much. You don't do words. People aren't reading very much. And so you need to have these visuals. And you've heard, you know, a million words, a picture's worth a million words, whatever, that, but it's this visual. And that's why videos are taken off too. And so it's this way to do a video with just the pictures you have in order to start sharing your story. So Karen, back to on Instagram, again, your message, look at that on who helping 100% and everything. It's just amazing. So you want to talk just a minute on that, and then I want to go to our offer that we have.
Yeah, thanks. So, and a part of this, you know, the method to the madness, I like to say here, is that it's also understanding that these words are helping feed the algorithm as well, right? So it's always, when you're marketing, there's the two markets that you need to always be taking into consideration. One is those that know about you, so the ones that are actually going to be looking at your content, they're following you, they're fans, they're connected. And the other is those that don't know about you. And so the way that you market to those that don't know about you is by understanding the algorithm, so that your data will show up in search engine results for those browsers that are searching, right? So the hashtags and the emojis are not only attractive to the person that knows about you because they're looking at it, but these are also feeding the algorithm, because emojis and hashtags are important on Instagram. And so and just talking about really quick on closing the loop on the Instagram on hashtags, is that you'll notice on the, this is such a picture of you here. One of the things that that you want to make sure that you're doing, and let's go down to, let's see if we've got one here. Yeah. So if we look at this post that we've got that that you've done, Dr. Hank, which is great, because look at, you've got hashtags and you've got emojis. So thumbs up on that. But the other is understanding this list right here, this list of emoji hashtags. This is the golden key. Wow. And it's understanding what are the highest used hashtags, and then you build a list of the 25 and you add those as a comment to every single post, and that's going to basically triple the exposure of every single post. If you just did a post with your hashtags, you know, maybe 2 or 3, it's not going to be enough, because you're not feeding the algorithm, and you're also not allowing those that are following these hashtags, because Instagram users follow users and they follow hashtags. So you want to make sure that you get your content in front of those highly utilized, highly followed hashtags, so your posts are going to start to show up in front of that community as well. So
that's just amazing. And just folks, just so you know, that I have my assistant doing all this, and she was with
great.
You know, doing that. But yeah, I do love that picture down there too. That's a fun picture. And the other thing I want to point out for us is, look at those Agents Inspire Podcast Free. Can you just talk about that briefly? This is, again, Instagram. It's the fastest social media out of them all growing, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's where the most millennial buyers that you have, millennials are. Can you help us understand what that is?
Yeah, so these here are called highlights. I like to call them folders, because what it allows you to do is you can create your own highlights or folders. You can give them your own highlight cover image. I like to do the cover images to where they're branded with your colors, as well as really clear just graphics that kind of call out, oh, okay, this is all of the posts that Dr. Hank has done. He can now, instead of having an agent scroll through all of the posts that he's done, they could simply come up here, and because Dr. Hank has actually categorized his posts into this particular agent's folder, all of those posts will be available for a simple click to just click on this particular folder, and then whatever images have been added to this folder, and you can see that there's 2 because it's scrolling across here, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's a nice way, and then you can flip over to the next folder, the Inspire. So you can see the white lines across the top. That tells you how many images are actually in this particular folder.
I see. Oh, okay.
So instead of someone having to scroll through and see, oh, I want to scroll to find the inspiration, I can just go click on the Inspire.
Yeah,
and so branding it in that way, actually, guess what? It feeds the algorithm.
Hey, there you go. So folks, there you have it. And so this information that you've had on really these 2 podcasts now with Karen Albert, Behind the Curtain, that is going to take you to a whole new level already. But if you want to get to the highest level, that Karen has what she calls the 30-day facelift. And Karen, can you share with us a little about that? And I think you have a special that you're going to be able to provide us as well.
Yes, so thank you very much. I have a 30-day social media facelift program, and what that is really it allows me to work with you as the agent to, step 1 is kind of get clarity on that target market, kind of unpack who that market is, that we could really position you as that differentiator in that market, craft the message, get clear on your brand. And then I actually go into the top 3 social media platforms, and usually I will tell you the ones that tend to be the most popular and effective for real estate agents is LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram.
Okay.
So I kind of go in there behind your curtain and I give it a facelift. And so in the facelift, I'm creating, the custom videos and the high resolution graphics, and I'm kind of looking at the big picture, like, is the message clear? Is the call to action driving to a website that you actually want to send them to? So it's really kind of looking at that whole big picture. Yeah. And then also applying the content and the keywords in the areas that I know is going to feed the algorithm for you as well. Okay. And then I teach you on a weekly basis. We have these one-on-one Zoom calls, and we go through everything that I've done in the social platform that week, and show you everything that I've changed and I've updated and I've optimized. And then I teach you how to use the social media platforms strategically so that you feel educated and empowered after the 30 days to move forward with your own social media. Because the reality is that a lot of us don't have a budget that we can hire an agency to continue to do our social media for us on a monthly basis. And so, and that's really kind of my passion. Is I'm a small business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah. I get that. I want to know the nuggets. I want to know what can I do that's really going to help move the needle for my business without having to spend an insane amount of money that's going to, make me go broke. So that's really what I love to do, is to do what I do best, which is going in there and giving you the facelift. And then another thing that I do best is training. And so as an educator at heart, I get really crazy excited when I learn something that I'm like, oh my God, this is going to help you so much. And the reality of it is, when you're done, I give you a document that's daily tasks. If you print that out, have your cup of coffee or tea, you check off the top 5 in Facebook, top 4 in LinkedIn, 45 minutes to an hour at the most, you're done. And so it's strategic. So you're going to actually see some return on all of those efforts.
Exactly. And Karen, I know that you normally offer this for $3,000, and that, that's a drop in the bucket compared to building your business by tenfold. But do you have a special for us today?
Yes. So for those that are coming from our lovely Dr. Hank, I'm actually going to give you 50% off. So if you want to take advantage of this program, all you have to do is just send me an email. My email is Karen@behindyourcurtain.com, and just put in the email "Success with Dr. Hank."
Okay.
And then I will know that you're coming from this this podcast, and that we'll have the conversation about honoring that. So that's absolutely from my heart to yours, Doctor, is really share this and know that we can make such a huge difference out there in the world of real estate using social media.
Yay! Absolutely, Karen. And I could just tell it in your passion and in your voice, the tone of your voice, that you really do love to learn something and then to share the good news. And that's what we heard today, ladies and gentlemen, the good news on how to increase your algorithms, how to use social media, what the 3 top ones are to be able to take you, the importance of these hashtags. I mean, all of this invaluable information. And then you can have Karen get you up and running in 30 days on all of this for half price. So with that, Karen, we thank you so much for sharing all this good news with us and all of this help that will help us to build our business tenfold. And with that, this is Dr. Hank wishing all of you just the best, and expect the best today, this week, and the rest of the year. All the best. Love you, Dr. Hank.